Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, and with me, as always, is June Liu. How you doing, June?
Good, man. You sound sick.
I am sick. Fourth time in 7 weeks. So over the last 2 months, I've had almost an entire month of not smoking and reviewing. So it's been a disappointing start to the end of the year for me. This is usually crunch time for review guys, so not a good time, but
Try whiskey.
powering through it.
Whiskey. No joke.
Yeah.
Whiskey has single-handedly helped me get over my recent sickness. I kid you not, man.
Yeah. So today we are talking about the Cubariqueño Protocol Lancero. This is 7.5 inches by 38 ring gauge. Comes out of the Zona factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro, and the binder and filler are from Nicaragua. Blended by Hector Alfonso. Price point is $10.99. This cigar was released in May of 2016. So with all the cigar details out of the way, June, what was your pre-light experience like with this cigar?
I had a very good pre-light experience. Starting with the look of the cigar, I tagged the wrapper shade between the Colorado Maduro to a Maduro shade wrapper. I thought the wrapper was really smooth to the touch. It had a good amount of like a slick, oily content to it. Things are well pressed, things tight. The construction of it felt really well done. I got a uniform give throughout the whole cigar. I didn't feel any soft spots. The head finished off with the uh, pretty well adhered triple cap. And moving on to the nosing experience, the wrapper I got some traces of wet earth and some floral notes. The foot I got barnyard natural sweet tobacco and some white pepper spice. Cold draw got some lip tingling white pepper spice and a dry gritty earthiness. So overall, good, a well pre-light experience.
Yeah, wrapper was medium brown. It had some color variations, as it seemed it was like a little bit darker towards the foot to about a third of the way up, and then it got lighter. There were a couple of raised veins that ran the length of the wrapper. Three caps perfectly applied. Two bands. Primary band is the company logo. Secondary band carries the name of the factory that the cigar was produced at. The wrapper had a very faint hay aroma, and the foot was a little bit of a fuller hay. It also had a noticeable sweetness to it. Pre-light draw was that same sweet hay that I got from the foot, along with a little bit of leather. And there's also like a little slight spiciness that I was getting on my lips. So getting into the flavor of the cigar, what was your experience first third through final third?
Um, First third, absolutely fantastic. Just upon initial draw, I got a really nice, like a slick and oily profile to the cigar. To be more specific, very deep notes of oily cinnamon, a lightly charred wood, medium body cream that was mixed with dry roasted nuttiness. Quarter inch in, the strength of the cigar really came at me, and it went from medium to medium full really quick. Uh, about a couple of inches in, I started getting some coffee notes, like a coffee that's mixed with like skim milk or like a 1% kind of a milk consistency. Um, and that really mixed really well with the earthy notes that I just talked about. Through the retro, I got a mixture of black pepper, lightly charred wood, and as well as a roasted dry nuttiness. On the finish, it was very long and lingering. It really caked my tongue in my back palate with the dry black pepper, a faintly charred wood, and a smooth, heated spiciness. Um, and body within the first third was like the medium mark. Moving on to the second third, the second third, the profile smoothed out for me. It was mainly a profile that was driven by cream, dry roasted nuttiness, and that light milk coffee, and that faint toasted wood. I felt like the black pepper was still one of the like the first tier dominant flavors, but it really took a backseat from the other mentioned flavors that I just talked about. Retro Hill, less black pepper dominant, and providing mainly a lightly charred wood and a cream nuttiness. Finish still lingering, but not to the extent of the first third, with notes of cream nuttiness, tapered black pepper, and lightly charred wood. Strength and body still the same. Strength in the medium full range and body in the medium range. Um, it was interesting that the last third kind of gave me a I don't know how do I put this. It messed with my mind, not like a girl messes with your mind, but like a cigar messes with your mind. And what I really mean by that is, that black pepper, the intensity started increasing, and it went back to like the tapered manner in an intermittent fashion, right? So it sounds like it's almost like I'm like, oh, the black pepper is back, great, and more of a distinctive, fuller power nature, and then it'll just drop off for me. Um, so aside from that, I started getting a new note of a baking spice, like a sharp baking spice, and luckily, I that was more of a consistent note, and I always really enjoy cigars that give that kind of a flavor profile. And remaining profile still unchanged from the second, third. Cream dried roasted nuttiness, light milk coffee, slightly toasted wood. Um, Same retro, same finish, really. And strength and body still at the medium full and medium mark, respectively. So, all in all, I absolutely love that first third, but second and last third is smoothed out, and it didn't give me that umph that I was really looking for.
Hmm. Yeah, for me, initial draws brought a full dose of cinnamon and wood. After a few draws, some cream joined in with the cinnamon and wood, which kind of toned down that cinnamon a little bit. Half an inch in, creamy wood is up front, cinnamon in the background, and then an inch in, that cinnamon mellows even more. It's really very faint there, while that creamy wood gains a little sweetness to it. The retrohale was like a mild creamy pepper, and then at 2 inches in, that cinnamon and slight sweetness completely went away. It was just kind of that creamy wood component, and that's kind of how the third finished. And the strength was just above medium. Second, third, creamy wood was remaining. Retrohale now carried that same creamy wood note. At an inch in, that cream went away, and a little bit of pepper joined in to mix with that wood. And the retrohale became more defined as oak along with the pepper. And then at 2 inches in, that pepper went away, and a slight bit of cream returned, with the woodiness was still being the primary note. And that's how the second, third finished. And the strength had bumped up just a little bit to slightly above medium. And then getting in the final third, that general woodiness was up front, a little slight bitterness in the background. And then at a 1/4 inch in, that general woodiness kind of became more defined as a toasty oak, while there's still a little bit of bitterness in the background. And then an inch in, that toasty oak became present on the retrohale as well. And that's pretty much how the cigar finished out for me. And the strength stayed kind of at that slightly above medium level. So getting into performance, burn and draw, what was your experience like?
Perfect in terms of both burn and draw. Total smoking time came in at a really great 3 hours. Burn line razor sharp, no relights, no touch ups at all. That's just held really strong in an average inch and a half inch increments for me. In terms of draw, perfect as well. I cut the cigar kind of at that very bottom of that cap, and that just yielded just the best draw that was possible.
Yeah, for me, the burn was slightly wavy the entire time, but it never really caused any issues. But the ash for me only held on in half-inch increments. So I didn't get those inch and a half inch that you were getting. Um, and the draw was just a little slightly tighter than I prefer. But that's kind of par for the course on most Lanceros. But it wasn't really anything that affected anything. It just was, a little bit slighter than my preference. So, what were your overall thoughts on the cigar?
So before lighting the cigar and tasting it, I thought I expected the cigar to be a beefed up version, meaning intensity of flavors as well as strength and perhaps body as well, of the other protocols that I've had, namely in like I've had the Corona Gorda size, or it's like a Robusto-ish kind of a size. So
Uh-huh.
I felt like the first third really delivered that for me. Um, it was awesome. It was very mouth-watering, oily cinnamon combined with that deep spice and earth in the first third. I felt like that was awesome. But the remaining two thirds, although it was flavorful as well, I kind of felt like that throttle kind of pushed back and kind of got let go a little bit. But I wanted that. I wanted a continuation of that. But I didn't quite get that. But that isn't say I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. I still like that Corona Gorda-ish size the most in this protocol. But I'll be happy to smoke this anytime.
Yeah, I mean, the cigar started out with a nice complex profile and then kind of settled into that primarily woody profile the rest of the way that I was getting. Strength was slightly above medium, so I think it's still approachable to most smokers. Performance was really good, as we both kind of found out. So that's always, good, especially in a Lancero Vitola. Um, like you said, it's not my favorite Vitola for the protocol. I think I don't know that I've smoked the Corona Gorda, but I've definitely smoked the Toro, and I like that size definitely better than the Lancero. Um, but I think it's still a good representation of the line, and people that like Lanceros should definitely give it a shot. So it was an enjoyable experience. I'll definitely want to revisit this again to see. But I think I had a similar experience to you, where that first third was the gem, and we were kind of hoping for more of that as the cigar went along, but it kind of dropped down a level as the cigar went along. So it just couldn't keep up with how it started, which was it's not a huge drop off, but I just think it was kind of what we were hoping for that to go along. So getting the scores, I gave it a 7 even, and you gave it a 7.67. How do you think that matches up with the experience?
Match as well. I mean, you got a very good within the first third, with good with good on second and last third, and perfection on construction. And I think that's kind of like the difference between what you and I kind of differ.
Yeah.
So no, it was a great score, and I stand by it.
Yeah, it matches for me as well. I didn't have my performance level is just a little bit lower than yours, and my final third I think was a rank below yours as well. So that's kind of where the score difference was, but still a very good cigar. 7 is very good for us. So definitely something worth a try. Just another good cigar from Bill and Juan, blended by Hector. So it's the team over there is working well to put out some great cigars under this brand. So another one to try. So another one I'm definitely going to be revisiting. Any other final thoughts from you?
One thought about the Lancero Vitola, I don't think there's that many out there, first of all. And within the ones that are out there, I feel like this is a notch above others. So if I were to just strictly say Lancero Vitola, how well did this do? It would have scored way better than this. So for you Lancero lovers, especially on that, I always say Lancero approved at every fucking Facebook post out there. You probably already smoked this and probably agree that it's pretty legit. So
yeah. All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com, and follow us on all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you on the next video.